Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the show here on Air with Brandon J. I'm joined by a special guest. You just saw her a couple of weeks ago on the show. Ashley, what is up?
How are you? What's up?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
You're
you.
joined by a special producer and friend of yours, Mark Loverush. Mark, how you doing, man?
Nice to meet you, Brandon, and thank you for having me on. Really excited.
Definitely. I got you both on to talk about Ashley's new single, Finding Rhythm, featuring Deniece Pearson. Mark, give us the scoop on the song, man.
So, well, I mean, last year it's been kind of like a big whirlwind for me and Ashley and Love
Was
Foundation.
was
Was
crazy.
it was a huge whirlwind, yeah. And it was obviously we had Hearts Up, Bingo Baby, Dance You Gotta and Dance for Your Life. And then we wanted to basically create something a bit more kind of pop this time around, with a bit of a disco thrown in for good
Mhm.
measure. So we came up
Yeah.
with the idea probably in December last year, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep. December,
December
November.
last
Yeah.
year, yeah. And sent it over to Ashley, and then obviously we wanted someone kind of like big to collaborate with, so we reached out to Deniece Pearson from Five Star. And yeah, then Ashley and Denise got together and with Lucas, and it's come out a bit of a smash.
Well,
Very
you know what's
excited.
crazy, Mark, about Bingo. Let's just go back to Bingo,
Yeah,
baby. I've been playing since Ashley sent me that song. I've been playing Bingo Baby on every episode after each interview because I think that is just, in my opinion, one of her best songs.
yeah. It's like when Ashley came to us with Bingo Baby originally, because obviously we did the remix to start with.
Sure.
Uh, we just created. I mean, when Ashley heard it, she was just like, "Wow, this is massive!" And it was just we wanted to create something very from the 90s. And quite really kind of like very anthemic and stuff like that. And then obviously it kind of like started blowing up over Christmas 2023, was it?
Yeah.
In
It was in
2024? Yeah.
2023, 2023, 2024. I
Or
remember.
yeah,
Wow.
and then I said to Ashley, can we re-release it as Ashley Paul X Love Foundation? And yeah, and it went on to be huge. We had a million views on YouTube, and it's done really well. And it is, and I've seen Ashley perform it as well. She smashes it every time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
She's
that
over
that's
everything
that
we came us.
song has so much energy and it's just a great feel good song. Speaking of, you just mentioned the 90s. I think that there's a comeback with a lot of 90s acts. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but like Backstreet's got their residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. NSYNC is talking about doing a world tour. Jessica
Yeah,
Simpson is back doing music. Ashley Simpson. I'm like, what is going on here? Is the sound
yeah,
just
and like the UK side of
about to
things, we've got
explode?
people like the UK side of things, we've got people like Five, and obviously Richie
Right. I was
Neville
going to
from
say five.
Five actually co-wrote a Bingo Baby as well. But I
Right.
mean, like for us, it's like we're working with quite a lot of 90s people at the moment. I mean, we're just relaunched, well, not relaunched because they're still around, but we just done a big single with Capella. We've got a massive single called Don't Give Me Your Life, which was number five in the Billboard Club Play chart in 1995. It's the biggest record of 95 with Alex Party. And yeah, we're all for the 90s. That's what Love Foundation is about.
When you
It's my
say,
era, it's my era of music as well.
hey, it's my era of music. So, us 80s babies, that's just what it is. When you
Yeah.
say that that's your era of music, who are some of your influences, Mark?
For me, well, my main one as like a teenager when I grew up was obviously E17. I was obsessed with E17. And then obviously I got into more kind of like Eurodance, like Two Unlimited, Capella. I'm trying to think of like ones that kind of like were big in a bit. CNC Music Factory, Felix, Don't You Want Me, JX. I mean, I've just been collecting since Christmas, but I'm collecting cassette singles again, and I've
Oh,
just
those
got
cassettes behind you right there.
yeah, they're all cassettes.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that collection, everyone. That is
yeah.
a
Show
real
you
collection of cassettes.
Yeah. It's really
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that is.
yeah, just like literally Candy Girl. I mean, I've just literally got the whole 90s
Oh my
thing.
goodness.
Candy girl. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not even playing. Ashley, you got to tell us, like, how did you and Love Rush
So
meet and decide,
sweet.
like, hey, we got to collaborate?
Oh, wow. And now you got candy girls in my head. Okay. Like get out and sing it more. Okay. So I think. gosh, it's hard to imagine a time where I wasn't, in a working relationship with Love Foundation. So now I'm trying to remember, how did we meet? I think we met because, Love Light Me Up. Remember Love Light Me
Yeah.
Up?
Yes, yes,
So,
I
okay.
do.
So, Love Foundation UK were introduced to remix a version of Love Light Me Up. And they did this totally different version than what, Brandon, you probably have ever heard. Love Light Me Up. It was more of an EDM, less vocal, very deep and dark, mysterious, like almost like puts you in a trance. Like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
it's interesting. And so anyway, so they did that, and it was fantastic. And then after that, we just decided we should try a track together. And so was that how it happened, Mark? I think that's how it
Yeah.
happened. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but then at the same time we started Bingo Baby, right? I think that
Yeah.
was around the same time I brought Bingo Baby to them, and they totally, turned it into what became massive from the way they remixed it and changed things around, um melodically, and with that beat that makes you feel like you're on a horse
Yeah.
getting out of
Galloping.
the gate. Like you feel right? You feel like you're on a horse, and I'm like holding the stirrups with my hands, and when you're getting out of the gate, you're like, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. And
High intensity,
yes,
super
yes.
energetic.
So like, yes, you can imagine how like I have to train before every show,
Sure.
like because I'm a high energy music performer. Do you know what I'm saying? So giving me a disco song was actually a little relief.
There you go. It's up tempo. It fits the mold, right?
But
I
yeah,
mean,
I just got booked for Palm Springs Pride.
Oh,
yeah, well
I
done.
don't,
I
congratulations.
know
thank
it's
you. I'm really
amazing.
excited. I'm so excited about it. November 7th. I'm so excited. It's
Yeah.
such an honor for me. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing Finding Rhythm, Bingo Baby, Dance You Gotta, um, and then I think Hearts Up and Body Language. If I'm forgetting something, I can't remember the other song that I have out now as well. But
Cool.
that I had a month ago, right? With Joel Diamond, right? So
Body
yeah,
language.
but I'm sorry, Mark. What did you say?
Body language.
Oh, body language. Did I say body
Yeah.
language?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
couldn't remember if I said it. But see, the funny thing was when we were writing Finding Rhythm, okay, so we had so many different sidebars. Like Mark, Deniece, and I got on a call. So it was two UK, one LA. Then Lucas, Deniece, and I got on a call. So it was two LA, one UK. And then that had to be really early in the morning. And then it was Deniece and I. And then then when I went in to do the vocals, and then Deniece did her vocals in the UK, and then she sent us her stems. And it was like, it's a lot of work in a good way because there's so many different steps when you're coming
Yeah.
together from different
Sure, but the
places.
collaboration just
Oh
it
my
just
God.
flows so well together, right?
Listen, it's enormous.
Yeah.
It's enormous. And I think that right now, this is definitely my number one track because when I can listen to it over and over because it's like, I don't just hear me because
Sure.
I get sick of hearing myself.
Yeah.
I do, but
I get sick of hearing myself just talk, but I'm like, hey,
you get
everybody
it.
wants me to talk to them. So
Right,
I
right,
guess
right.
that's what else am I gonna do, right?
Same way, right? This is what I do. But like when I listen to songs, sometimes like I'm all right, enough already. You know what I mean? If I myself. So it's nice when I hear this new track that I'm listening to me and I'm listening to Deniece.
Sure.
And when we come together, it's interesting because I used like a light soprano in the pre-chorus, which I never ever used on a track before. So
Oh
it was
wow.
really interesting. And I did it. I was in the studio with Lucas and he said, let's try that because her stems were soprano. And I was like, okay, I don't usually do that. Usually in a midsection, I'll go up in a belt,
Yeah.
right? But I tried it to sort of amalgamate the tones in a softer way. And it came out so wonderfully with her voice and my voice together. And that doesn't always happen.
Well, we're
So
gonna
that
play
was,
your song, Ashley, right after this interview. So I'm curious to see what everybody has to say. And
thank
something
you.
that I'm doing differently now. I'm like, okay, I'm playing all of this new music, debuting it. I want to hear your thoughts. Is it a single? Do you like it? Do you not like it? We want to get people to interact with the music.
I
Something
love
that I
that.
want to ask you, Mark,
Yeah.
because this is something that I've been asking literally everybody in music. What are your thoughts on AI? Because right now, Sony, I mean, not Sony, Universal and Warner Brothers
Yes, I just
are
heard about that. Yeah.
in the process of finalizing a deal with Suno. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
See, the thing, my partner Lee, he was in a famous boy band, and he uses Suno, but he uses it because he's a writer, and he comes up with the melodies and stuff. But the thing is because he not necessarily because he wants to basically sing the tracks anymore. He wants to hear what the vocals would sound like if someone else done it. And he's literally just about to drop a whole album that he's made in Suno. But like I said, he's written the lyrics and he's written the melodies and stuff like that. I mean, I work in the music industry. It's going to obviously destroy quite a few people's jobs, but at the end of the day, it's the future,
It
and
is the future, but you know
you've got
what?
to make the future. But I don't think you have that essence of like me and Julian when we're in the studio is like basically finding the riff and think and bringing the tracks together. So it's kind of like I think that whole process is kind of like lost. So it's basically if you just like basically put a few ideas down into kind of like a script and then it comes up with the track, it's a bit scary because obviously it's like you could bash out about 1,000 tracks in a week if you could do it like
Oh
that.
no,
Do you know what I mean?
it's wild. And what's crazy is like you'll write a song, like I wrote a song, for example, and I wrote it the hook, the melody on an acoustic guitar, right? This is a true story. My Mark,
Yeah,
and then I put the lyrics in Suno because I don't have the full track done. It's just a rough. And Suno spits it out in like, I want to say like 30, 45 seconds. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is brilliant. I was
yeah,
like, yo, did I write that? It's
yeah. I
like,
know, but that's like Lee. He wrote this track called "Our Last Kiss."
uh-huh.
Uh, Actually, I'm not sure if you heard. Have you heard it? It was on his Facebook.
Oh, I did. It's beautiful.
It's about he basically is about domestic violence, but
Right.
whatever Suno did with the actual the woman,
But the woman
she just
is
sounds like it. She just sounds like a because you in with Suno, you can't say I want to do a track with like Pink. They won't
Right.
let you
right,
do it. You have
right.
to physically write down what you want. You can't say an artist or anything like that. So you have to put the kind of like description of how you want the record to sound. But this vocal. I mean, it sounds like Miley Cyrus just singing this record, but it's not Miley Cyrus. Do you know what I mean? But
I
it's
mean,
just
we
the
don't
way it's
need Morgan Wallen. We don't need Miley Cyrus. We don't need any of these people because
exactly.
Suno's got them all.
But this record, if I'll send it to you, Brandon, because I know you're friends with you on Instagram, but it just sounds
But,
like a number one hit record.
but
It's
you know,
huge.
it's like I always go back to my opinion, which is similar to, I think is kind of in the middle, which is I think for certain things it's great, but it's never going to take away from the branding of an artist that people want to reach out and touch,
You're
Yeah,
right.
of an authenticity, the authenticity of someone with a big heart and a big voice. Just
yeah,
saying.
I mean, you know what's funny about that, Ashley? I was interviewing Adam Zeckman, who played in the feature film Bow Artist of War. You know, we met him at the premiere Museum of Tolerance in Los
Okay.
Angeles. And I asked him about AI, and he was like, I don't see AI being able to replace
Right.
live performance. I can't imagine a hologram of a comedian on stage being
True.
able to
no.
entertain people. And I was like, you're right. Like
Like
when
you
we
said,
go
it's
to a
just
show, we want to engage
you
with who's on
want to
stage.
reach, you want to reach out and touch. Like when I'm on stage, and I'm connecting with people, that's emotion. That's divine.
I
You
Definitely.
think
know?
where AI does come good though is that if for someone who basically doesn't want to be physically in the public eye, but have a really good idea of like a song,
Oh yeah,
then I think that
it
is
has a
good because
great.
obviously
Yeah,
that's basically, you know what I mean, if they're kind of like they're not comfortable about being in the public eye or they don't think they've got the right look or something like that, and they're a bit worried about that, but they're an amazing writer and
of
stuff like
course.
that, then I can see that that's great for people to come up with ideas. Do you know what I mean? It's great for kids as well.
Right.
Do you know what
Well,
I mean? To
that's why.
start at a
That's
young
why.
age.
That's why I think that it's a great tool. It's like a tool in the bucket for the music industry. I don't
Yeah,
think it's.
Yeah.
I
definitely.
don't think it's taking over. I think it has a place for certain
I
things
think
like
it's great for like laying the skeleton of a track, and then you're like,
that too.
okay, this is what I see. Now take this into the studio, enhance it, take it to that
Yeah,
next level, and now
yeah,
you got a monster.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
You know,
right. And then
you
I
come with
will
a baby
say,
monster, and then you got a real monster after the
wait,
studio, right?
Yeah,
I will say as a vocalist, I will say hearing a guide vocal with an AI artist is a little weird for me because, I'm a very authentic singer. And so a lot of the AI artists, some of them that I've heard anyway, they're very linear, like in a certain, if that making any sense. And so I have to kind of tune out the linear note of the AI to get into my own zone and my own space
Right.
to
yeah,
to find my part, to find my style. So as a vocalist, I mean, it is different to hear an AI guided vocal for a demo. That's the only thing I can say. But I do recognize how great it is for some songwriters to use AI when they're putting out a whole album and they just want to focus on their writing. I mean, hey, that's great. Everybody should be able to do whatever they want in this industry.
And you know what's
yeah,
crazy? You're not going to forget any of the ideas because as a writer, you never know when inspiration hits you, right? You could be in the shower, you could be in the
Right.
car, you could
First.
be dancing in the club, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, this just hit me. And to be able to lay it down and so
Right.
precisely, and then hear a halfway finished demo per se, it's incredible.
Yeah, that
And,
makes sense.
and another thing is like basically if artists are releasing, basically they've done their album and they've used like something like Suno to make the album and stuff like
Sure.
this, and they're really good songs. You never know if someone like Pink or Miley Cyrus comes across that track and goes, "Do you know what? I love this record and I want to cover it or something like
Right.
that."
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
it could help
it's
people that
true.
are not so fortunate or don't have the capital or
You
the
can DM me
funding.
Of
all day
course.
long. I'm ready to get placement after placement on IG.
Yeah.
So, all right. We are about to play this song. Ashley, you want to do us the honors?
Oh, wow. Thank you, Brandon. Here is Finding Rhythm, an incredible anthemic new pop disco track co written by Love Foundation, Lucas Marks, Ashley Paul, featuring Deniece Pearson.